What's good, brothers and sisters? How y'all doing today? Today we're going to talk about ascending. I'm not going to get into all the juicy details yet about why you're here and etc. How you got here and all them good all that good stuff, but we're going to talk about ascending. To ascend in this context, I'm talking about going back home, ascending up above the heavens, okay? How to ascend. You have to master your mind, body, and soul, right? You've heard the discussion of consciousness and subconsciousness, right? Subconsciousness is your spirit. Consciousness is your flesh. Your flesh wants junk food. Your flesh wants drugs. Your flesh wants liquor, right? Even though all those things kill your flesh, which is weird that your flesh wants those things. But your spirit, what they call your gut feeling or your instincts, tells you not to do those things. That those things is wrong. That's your subconsciousness, right? And a lot of these so-called ascended masters, they tell you that you need to think in the subconscious, right? You need to bring your subconsciousness into your consciousness. But that's called staying in the spirit, right? Looking at everything spiritually. And when I say everything, I mean everything, okay? So, how to master your mind, body, and soul. So you've got thoughts, intentions behind thoughts, right? You've got thoughts and intentions, or thoughts and intentions. And I don't know if I want to put thoughts before intentions or vice versa. But you've got thoughts and intentions, and thoughts become words, which become actions, which becomes habitual. And what is habitual affects your health, your so-called wealth, right? But we're not gonna worry about that. But it affects your health and your lifestyle, okay? If you make smoking cigarettes habitual, then your lungs are not gonna be in good health, right? If you make running habitual, then your lungs are gonna be in great health. You get it? So to master your mind, body, and soul, you have to first master your thoughts. And how can you master your thoughts if you're thinking in the flesh, in the consciousness, in your conscious, if you're only in the conscious, right? You have to be subconscious. You have to be in the spirit to be able to master your thoughts, because your thoughts have to come directly from your spirit, okay? When your spirit tells you that people are not to be trusted, or that something just doesn't feel right, you need to go with that so-called gut feeling. Makes sense? Good. Once you master your thoughts, well, we're not gonna skip thoughts. You have to think nothing but pure thoughts, okay? You can't sit here and hold revenge and grudges for others, because think about a feather, okay? A feather is debatably one of the lightest things on earth, and yet it still falls. Don't get me started on that gravity nonsense, okay? It falls because it has density. It has weight, okay? So your soul has to be lighter than a feather in order to ascend. You've heard that forgiveness is more for you than it is for other people. And that's debatable depending on what kind of a man, and when I say man, I mean mankind, that you are. What kind of a spirit that you are, okay? If you're a very revengeful spirit, then perhaps forgiving someone else might be more beneficial to them. Sorry, y'all, that was a bunch of gunshots. Messed my thought up. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Wait, I still don't remember. Bear with me now. Oh, we was talking about feathers being lighted. Oh, so if you are a revengeful spirit, then you forgiving them, I'll say that it'll be equally beneficial for both of you. Because if you seek revenge, let's say that you in their flesh and blood experience, okay, then that's obviously not good for them. They don't benefit from that. And more than likely, you're going to go to prison, or someone else is going to retaliate against you and seek revenge on you. So that could be your downfall, right? But commonly, like in general, right, forgiving other people lifts a weight off of yourself, okay? If you're holding a grudge towards somebody in hatred and stress and thoughts of revenge and those specific just negative emotions, once you forgive them, then all those emotions and etc. goes away, right? And so a weight, you can literally feel a weight lifted off of you. But that weight is not on your flesh. That weight is on your soul. So do you understand? Do you grasp the meaning and context of the soul and the feather being weighed against each other? I hope so. And so yeah, you have to think in. I'll use scripture. I like using scripture for example. I don't care what you believe in. I have my beliefs, and we're gonna get into that later on, and it might surprise you, right? But scripture says that, well, Jesus said that to kill someone is I'm gonna put this like in basic terms, pretty much that if you were to kill somebody, that's obviously murder, you know? Duh, you just murdered somebody. That's a sin, right? And he said, but if you get angry with your brethren in your heart and you call them a name like a fool or raka, whatever that means, then you committed murder in your heart. Okay? We've heard that sticks and stones can break our bones, but words can never hurt us. Well, you tell me when the last time hurtful words from somebody that you cared about didn't hurt you, right? Some people can be hurt just by being called ugly or fat or whatever. Words do hurt, right? And if people call you dumb all the time, you might start believing that you're dumb, that words do affect you, you know? And he said that it's common sense that if you're married and you go boink somebody else, that you just committed adultery. But he said that if you were married or someone else was married and you knew this fact and you lusted after them with your eyes, then you committed adultery in your heart. You get it? That's why impure thoughts is so important not to have impure thoughts. So we'll move on from thoughts right now. Words. We just touched bases on words. Well, let me go back to thoughts just to say that the power of the mind is powerful, but all that law of attraction stuff is not what it seems. Okay, you're not a creator. You're not going to create a fairy tale land just by thinking thoughts, you know? You're stuck here and you can make a change, but you're not going to create anything with your thoughts. You might be able to create opportunities. That's debatable, right? You might be more open-minded to certain opportunities if you believe But anyways, getting off subject. There is power of the mind, right? There's also power of the tongue. Don't speak negativity into existence. You know? Put it like this. Basketball is a great example. Most people have shot baskets in their life. When you first shoot a basket, you don't think that you can shoot that. You don't think you can make it. Most people miss their very first basket, right? And most people don't get good for a while. What do they got to do? They got to practice. And each time you shoot the basketball, you gain confidence, you know? And as your confidence gets stronger, your shot gets better, you know? You do learn form and other things, and that plays a role in it. But once you've got the basic form down, all that matters is whether you believe that you're going to make the basket or not. If you're, take people that have been playing basketball, y'all that have been playing basketball for a long time and already have the form down and have shot thousands of baskets, you know what I'm talking about. When you go up for a shot and you doubt yourself and you're like, oh, I don't got this. I don't got this shot. Or it's not going in. It doesn't go in. But when you go up for that shot and you have focus and you know it's going in and you think it's going in, right? It's going in. So I keep going to the thoughts because it's so deep. But words are powerful too. Think about magic, for example. When people cast spells, what do? They speak things. They speak specific words with specific intentions. You know? But to be for real, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm kind of tired and I keep getting off track and it's hard for me to keep focused. And I already got distracted by them gunshots, so I'm gonna cut this video short and not make it a long video of me just blabbing and going back and forth. But I love y'all, and I'm gonna bring y'all more videos about ascending, and I'm gonna get into details about the truth. I'm unveiling the truth, brothers and sisters. One love, peace, and fortitude.